Hi, my name is Phil Thomas and I'm the owner of gotmemories.com here in Scottsdale, Arizona. This particular video is going to show you in detail how to transfer movie film yourself using a standard camcorder, projector, and a computer. Now you might be thinking, why would the owner of a film transfer company be showing me how to do it myself? Well, we want to show you the method that is the most popular out there by not only the consumer thinking that you can do it this way, but 95% of the film transfer industry transfers film this way, exactly this way. We're going to show you. So we're highlighting all the different angles here. And also, if you are looking, you've got a projector at home and a camcorder, you might think it's straightforward. It's not. And not only the money and time you're going to be spending on this, but also the inferior quality that you're going to be getting. Your film can yield amazing clarity, amazing sharpness, brightness, colors. And you really want to be doing your ancestors and your dad, your granddad, your grandmothers, whoever shot this film, and really doing it justice by getting a quality transfer done. So we're going to show you this whole process here of the most popular way of doing film transfers. And then we're going to show you how we transfer film and make a very, very clear line of how it can be done and how it should be done. So take some time just to enjoy this video here and get educated. And at the end of the day, we just hope to make you a little bit more educated on different processes so you can really make those home movies sparkle. Okay, first step here is the paper, basically what you project onto. We recommend matte photo paper. You could have a movie screen, but the glass beads in it sometimes reflect off and doesn't give a great image. And also, if you're projecting just onto a wall, you might have the textured finish of the wall, which is going to show up on the transfer. So matte photo paper, your best bet. Okay, next we're going to pick a projector. Now we have a UMIG projector here, that's spelled E-U-M-I-G. They are very good, they don't come cheap. So this particular model here was about $200 on an auction site, and that's really where you're going to be looking for projectors, or on auction sites and garage sales. If you're lucky enough to have a projector that works, it's not chewing up your film, the bulb isn't gone, the belt isn't gone, you're in the minority. This is unmodified, so it's going at 18 frames a second. So with a standard camera, there's going to be a flicker on it, but difference between the frame rates. If you want a flicker-free transfer, you're going to need a variable speed projector. They go for big bucks. But if you're looking for projectors to buy and you're serious about doing this, be prepared to spend anywhere from 150 to 500 bucks for a decent projector. So next we're going to move on to the camcorder setup. This particular camcorder here, just a standard consumer level camcorder, around about $900. And then you've got recommend having a little tripod, mini tripod here. It's about 25 bucks around about. And you just aim it. We've got it going S-video out, and you can capture it to either to the tape inside, hit and record, or if you've got a little capture box like these, nice high quality one, run you around about $150 to $200, and you can save yourself a step by not having to go to DV tape. You can just import straight into your computer through your editing software. Otherwise, you just record to DV tape and then later on import that into your computer or into a set-top DVD recorder. So here we are ready to go. We've got the projector and the camera facing the same way. So one thing to note, when you turn the projector on, lining up your camera, you're zooming in, you're always going to get what's known as the keystone effect, because you've got the projector straight on and then you've got the camera at an angle, so the actual picture is going to go like that a little bit. So you've got to zoom in and unfortunately crop some areas of the picture to get a nice clean edge around. So I've got the manual settings on here, which you're going to need to do, manual focus as well, and also the white balance. Kind of toggle around with that as you go, because scene by scene the colors and everything can change in the transfer, so it's kind of, you're juggling quite a few things here when you're transferring. So when you turn on, it's going to shoot onto the paper, and you're going to zoom right in onto the image and then set your focusing on the projector and also on the camera as well. And then once you've done that, then you want to rewind. Once you've got it all set up, then you're ready to roll. So here we are, we're going to turn it on, and noticing, I don't know if you can see it on the viewfinder here, but we've got the flicker going on because of the difference in the frame rate. So again, if you want a flicker-free transfer, you're going to have a variable speed projector that you've got to tune it up to 20 frames a second. I've got the shutter speed on 1/60th on the camera, which you're going to have again to bring the flicker out. But here we go. So we're recording it right now. You just hit the record button and it's recording to DV right now.
Okay, the next method of transfer, which is very popular in the industry, is using a contraption like this. Sold on a couple of websites, around about $1,200 to $1,500, does not include a camera. In my own personal opinion, and you could have other opinions, it's kind of like a bad 9th grade science project. For about $1,200 to $1,500, it's a lot of money for basically an old projector and just a couple bits of circuitry from Home Depot. Basically, how this works is you've got switches on the back here. You turn it on, and the film take it reel goes in here, comes out. It shoots onto a mirror inside of here, and then it reflects onto a condenser lens. And then theory is that you have a camera, which that's going to be up to the company or the user on what type of camera they've used, how deep their pockets are. And this camera, this is kind of the weird bit. The camera actually has to be, and I'm going to turn this to give you a visual reference, approximately 3 feet away. And we're not quite 3 feet away here because of the angle of the camera we're shooting on right now. I want to fit it in the picture. But to give you an idea, this camera then has to go into a capture device, or it has to go into a computer. And one thing to note as well is when you're recording all of this, the microphone on the camcorder is picking up the audio, the clang of the projector, and you have to eliminate that afterwards. Or you can put a mic jack in there to kind of close off the mic on it. But there's so much room for operator error in these machines here. And if it's not your film that you're transferring, if you run it through a company, there's got to be a lot of trust in these machines. One smidgen of a movement with this camera can set the alignment off, crop heads or miss the left or the right side of the picture. So a very conscientious effort, and it has to be babysat like you wouldn't believe. You have to be on it. You've also got white balance and the exposure settings, which are all going to have to be on manual, the focus as well. It's juggling a lot of things here. For $1,200 to $1,500, and plus the camera as well, a half decent camera, maybe around about the $2,000, $2,500 mark, and then you still got to do all the work. And really and truly, there are much better ways. And one other thing, almost forgot that, is this method, the way that the film goes in. If the film is perfectly spliced or in perfect condition, you don't have a problem with the channeling through here where the film actually feeds to come out the back end. But if your film is less than perfect, and some of the splices are, which is to be expected with film, it comes down here and it makes a right angle turn, sharp. If there's any problem with the loading area or the springs in here, that film will build up at the bottom like an accordion. And it won't tell you. It will keep building until you realize the film isn't coming out the other end. Once you take this cover off, the actual film will spring out, and it is like an accordion. That will never be able to be run again. It is literally creased into a million pieces. So that's something, again, the user has to be very, very careful with. And again, babysitting this machine. So if you are shopping around and there's some companies that have got aerial method transfers, or they're shooting off the reverse side of the film, or there's no projection involved, and they're not giving detailed explanations as to what they're using, or actual video like we've got, or pictures, then this is how they're doing it. And it's okay if one person is babysitting it and they're very, very conscientious. But otherwise, I'd steer clear of anything like this. I'd rather run it through a projector than run it through this. That's pretty much the gist of that. Next up, we're going to be showing you how we transfer film here at Got Memories.